Another Death Row production. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tyson, the next heavyweight champion of the world. Hey,
Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome on back. It's the Empire. I'm your host Risky. It is Tuesday, August 4th. Looking back at yesterday, took the last 2 days off, took a last minute small vacay with my brothers. They had been planning to go to Florida already, but last minute I tagged along. I felt like going to Universal Studios. That's what I did for the last 2 days. I've been at Universal Studios acting like a little kid, but I figured it was the trade deadline weekend. It was going to be a wacky couple of games. We're in the stretch run of the Major League Baseball season. We got the NFL peeking at us from around the corner. So it's the stretch run of the year for us right now. I'm going to lock in. No more time off. This is what we're focused in on. Looking back at Saturday, though, we did hit on our ladder play. We hit on our solo bet. Almost had a really good day Saturday, but the damn Dodgers had to mess up our three-leg parlay. We go 2 for 3. They're the ones that messed it up, but you guys already know the rules. It's on to the next one. We got a full slate of baseball here on tap today. Guys, Outlier Sportsbook. The link is down in the description. Sign up with them. The first week is free. Also, at the end of the video, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. Alright, first game up, we got the Athletics in Cincinnati taking on the Reds. We got JT Ginn on the mount for the Athletics. We got Brady Singer on the mount for the Reds. Alright, getting into this one here, we got JT Ginn on the mount for the Athletics. This guy's been the Athletics' best starting pitcher up to this point. Granted, he hasn't made a start in over 2 weeks, but still is the best starting pitcher for the Athletics. Comes into it with a 3.46 ERA, 120 whip, has a decent strikeout to walk ratio. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Cincinnati Reds lineup that's still a bottom 10 team on the year versus right-handed pitching, but in the last 2 weeks we have started to see some progress. Ever since Ellie came back, the numbers have really started to turn around versus right-handed pitching. Looking at the matchup breakdown for Ginn here today, matches up well against this Cincinnati Reds lineup. I could see him going about 6 to 7 innings, giving up a run or two before we get to the terrible Athletics bullpen. They're rested coming into it, but they're still trash. They're gonna come in the game, give up at least 2 to 3 runs. On the other side, we have Brady Singer on the mount. This guy's been really good the last 2 months. In his last 8 starts, he has an ERA sitting at 2.50, hard hit rate down to 30%. He is a sinker ball pitcher. That's something I always got to pay attention to. Here today, he's going to be seeing an Athletics lineup. They're on a 5-game losing streak. This team has a minus 154 run differential. They're getting outscored more than any other team in the majors. I think it's like a really big difference between them and the Rockies. I think it's like a 30 runs difference. Looking at the matchup breakdown for Brady Singer here today, he's going to be seeing Athletics lineup. Yeah, they have Nick Kurtz at the top of the lineup, but besides that, there's really nobody in this lineup. That Lawrence Butler's been swinging the bat better of late, but they're still terrible. It's just a one-man team here today Brady Singer's going to be seeing. I don't really worry for him. He's faced some much better competition, had much better outings in the last 2 months. I see him coming out here today having another good game, going about 6 innings, if not 7, where he gives up a run. Before we get to the Reds bullpen, they were playing terrible at the top of the season. In the last 30 days, they have been playing really good. They have a bullpen ERA of 4.50 in the last 30 games played. I'm expecting the arms that's rested coming out this Reds bullpen to come in this game here today and shut down these Athletics bats. Looking at the weather, it's going to be a bit more on the hitter-friendly side. It's going to be over 85 degrees. We have 6 to 7 mile per hour winds blowing from the diamond to right field, giving left-handed batters an advantage in this game. Let's get to the picks. The Reds are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the under 9 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Sal Stewart of the Reds to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Mets in Cleveland taking on the Guardians. We got Sean Manaea on the mount for the Mets. We got Joey Cantillo on the mount for the Guardians. Alrighty, getting into this one here, we got Sean Manaea on the mount for the Mets. This guy's been really good ever since they returned into the starting rotation. He's going 6 innings in all of his starts, giving up 2 to 3 runs in all of the outings. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Cleveland Guardians lineup. In the last 30 games played, this lineup versus left-handed pitching is batting .220, slugging .368. I'm expecting Manaea to come out here today, though, and have the same start he usually has. Go to about 6-7 innings, give up 2 to 3 runs before we get to the Mets bullpen. The Mets bullpen bullpen had been one of the better bullpens in the majors for the year, but yesterday they traded away all their best arms. They're completely depleted. They'll probably be filled up with a bunch of minor leaguers here today. I'm expecting the arms that's going to be available for the Mets coming out this bullpen, coming in this game, to give up another 2 to 3 runs. On the other side, we got Joey Cantillo on the mound for the Guardians. The left-handed pitcher's been really solid for Cleveland this year. He is coming off 2 terrible starts last week against the Rays and the Pirates, 2 lineups that are bottom 10 teams versus left-handed pitching, but both of the starts came on the road for Cantillo. Cantillo has much better splits in his home games versus on the road. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Mets lineup that continues to be very middle of the pack versus left-handed pitching. In the last 10 games, we've seen some big regression from this Mets lineup versus lefties. I can see Joey Cantillo, who has a really good strikeout to walk ratio, coming out here today and dealing, going about 6 innings, if not 7, where he gives up a run before we get to the Guardians bullpen. Huge advantage for Cleveland late in this game from inning 7 and on. I see the arms available for the Guardians coming in this game, shutting down these Mets lineup. This game is going to be out in Cleveland. It's going to be a bit more on the pitcher-friendly side. We have, well, Ballpark Pal has this game with a minus 16% home run index. We have 6 to 7 mile per hour winds blown from the outfield into the diamond. Let's get to the picks. The Guardians are the betting odd favorites in this game, and I like them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I like the over 7.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm going with the new Guardian, Joe Adell, for 2 total bases. Next up, we got the Nationals in Philadelphia taking on the Phillies. We got Zach Littell on the mound for the Nats. We got Luzardo on the mound for the Phillies. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Zach Littell on the mound for the Nationals. This guy's been terrible this season. ERA still sitting close to 5. Whip is up above 140. The big thing with Zach Littell is the hard hit rate. It sits at 50%. The home run rate, 1.8 home runs per 9 innings, towards the top of the league. Not to mention terrible splits versus lefties. He's going to be seeing a Phillies lineup still loaded with left-handed bats. They got Luis Ariz in the lineup here today. Another good lefty, a contact hitter at the top that's really going to benefit this Phillies lineup offensively. A team that's needed base runners to just get on. They rely on too much power. They rely on too much home run. So Luis Ariz is going to be a good addition to this Phillies lineup. My overall breakdown for Zach Littell, he struggles here today. Go about 4 to 5 innings where he gives up 3 to 4 runs. Before we get to this to the Nationals bullpen, we saw the arms come in yesterday's game, give up a bunch of runs below the lead. I'm expecting the arms available to come in this game here today, do the same, give up a bunch of runs. On the other side, we got Luzardo on the mound. I think he's having one of his better seasons, if not his best season as a Philly. He has a really low hard hit rate coming into it. It's sitting at 28%. On the season, he has a 3.50 ERA, 140 whip. That is something I'm paying attention to. Has good strikeout numbers, but the walk rate is also very high. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Nationals lineup. They traded away a bunch of their best bats. Not to mention, James Wood got injured in yesterday's game. He is not projected to be in the lineup here today. I'm projecting Luzardo to come out, work the K's, have a really good game. My overall breakdown, he goes about 7 innings, gives up 2 runs. Before we get to the back end of this Phillies bullpen, that's in a really good spot to come in. Maybe give up another run or so, but nothing too crazy. Looking at the weather in this game, it's going to be a bit more on the hitter-friendly side. Ballpark Pal has this game rated with a plus 10 home run percentage. Let's get to the picks. The Phillies are the betting odd favorites in this game, and I like them on a run line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Kyle Schwarber of the Phillies to hit a home run today. Next game up, we got the Cardinals in New York taking on the Yankees. We got Hunter Dobbins on the mound for the Cards. We got Ryan Weathers on the mound for the Yankees. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Hunter Dobbins on the mound for the Cardinals. We've backed him twice up to this point this season, got him at plus money both times. The main reason that we were backing him in those games, he saw lineups that didn't have high slugging numbers versus righties, but they only featured 4 to 5 left-handed bats in the lineup. Here today, we're going to be seeing a Yankees lineup. They don't really have super high slugging numbers versus right-handed pitching, but they do have good, they are going to feature 6 to 7 lefties in the lineup. They have been hitting right-handed pitching much better in the last week. They got Garcia in the lineup. We saw him come in, make an immediate impact yesterday, go yard. I'm expecting the lineup here today that matches up very well versus Hunter Dobbins to have a good game off of him. My overall breakdown for Dobbins, he goes 4 innings, gives up 2 to 3 runs. Before we get to the Cardinals bullpen, I see the arms available for the Cards coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3. On the other side, we got the left-handed pitcher Ryan Weathers on the mound for the Yankees. Had that rough stretch of games in June, but ever since then gotten back on track, going past the 6th inning in all of his starts, giving up 2 runs or less in all of his outings. This guy he's at his best when he's able to work the K's. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Cardinals lineup that has been a bottom 10 team in the majors in the last 30 plus games versus left-handed pitching. Not to mention their strikeout numbers continue to go up. Yesterday, we saw all the left-handed bats for this Cardinals lineup go off. This team here today, they feature a lot of lefty, Ryan Weathers, a lot of left-handed bats. Ryan Weathers, a left-handed pitcher, has very good splits versus left-handed batters. As long as he could pitch around Jordan Walker, I see him having a quality start. Going about 6 to 7 innings, giving up 2 runs. Before we get to this Yankees bullpen, they came in the game yesterday and blew the lead, gave up 7 runs in 1 inning. I don't like the arms available for the Yankees here today. I can see them coming in this game once again, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. This game is going to be out in Yankee Stadium. It's actually going to be a bit more on the pitcher-friendly side when it comes to the weather. It's going to be 6 to 7 mile-per-hour winds blown from the outfield into the diamond. Ballpark Pal has this game rated with a -5 home run percentage. Let's get to the picks. The Yankees are the betting odd favorites in this game, and I like them on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Ben Rice of the Yankees to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the White Sox in Boston taking on the Red Sox. We got Davis Martin on the mound for the White Sox. We got Patrick Sandoval on the mound for the Red Sox. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Davis Martin on the mound for the White Sox. This guy's been good for Chicago all season, but in the last month and a half, we've really seen some regression from him. In his last 5 starts, he has an ERA sitting close to 5, whip sitting close to 145. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Boston Red Sox lineup that continues to kill right-handed pitching. They're a top 10 team in the majors versus righties. Two weird things about this Red Sox lineup. For one, the offensive numbers, I should say, are much better on the road versus at home this season. They've been struggling a bit in their home games offensively this season. Another thing I'm paying attention to, this Red Sox lineup, it looks like they play up to competition and play down to competition. Looking at their game logs from the last month, the 2 teams they struggled with were the Rockies and the Athletics. They're beating up the Dodgers, beating up the Yankees, beating up the Rays, but when they see lower competition, it's like they play down to the competition. I don't know if they're going to come out here today and play with the White Sox. Like I said, Davis Martin's been struggling a bit, but this White Sox lineup, the White Sox bullpen really got better. They went out, got Braziban. They have been a really good bullpen up to this point. So even if Davis Martin gets hit up early in this game, I like the White Sox bullpen to come in, take over for him, and I think they're going to be in a good spot. My overall breakdown here today for Davis Martin, a guy that does struggle with left-handed bats. Like I said, the Red Sox top 10 team versus right-handed pitching. I see Martin going 5 innings, giving up 3 runs here today. Before we get to this White Sox bullpen that's in a really good spot to come in, take over, and shut down these Red Sox bats. On the other side, we got Patrick Sandoval, the left-handed pitcher. Right now, he's just like a bona fide opener, only going 4 innings, but saw this White Sox lineup a month ago. In that game, he pitched 4 innings, only gave up a run. This White Sox team, loaded with left-handed bats, has been struggling to hit left-handed pitching in the last 30-plus days. Looking at the overall breakdown for Sandoval, I could see him having the same similar outing, going about 4 innings, giving up a run. Before we get to the back end of this Red Sox bullpen, one of the best bullpens in the majors, but when I look at the arms that's going to be available here today for the Red Sox, I do see them coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. This game is going to be out in Boston. It's going to be a bit more on the hitter-friendly side. Ballpark Pal has this game rated with a +4 home run percentage. We have 8 mile-per-hour winds blown from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Red Sox are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Chicago White Sox on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the under 9 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Murakami of the White Sox for 2 total bases today. Next up, we got the Marlins in Atlanta taking on the Braves. We got Ryan Gusto on the mound for the Marlins. We got Grant Holmes on the mound for the Braves. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Ryan Gusto on the mound for the Marlins. This guy's been an opener pretty much. He only goes about 3 innings. Then after that, it becomes a bullpen day. Here today, looking at the matchup for Ryan Gusto, a right-handed pitcher that comes into it with a decent whip. It's at 130. We see the ERA still high as hell, but the whip is really low. He does not walk a bunch of batters, but also does not get a bunch of Ks. He's very reliant on contact to get outs. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Atlanta Braves lineup. We were talking about it last week. They're fully healthy. We're starting to see the offense come back. They got Ronald Acuna, got Drake Baldwin, Michael Harris, Matt Olson. Everybody's swinging the bat really well right now. Gusto has a hard hit rate sitting at 38%. That's something I got to pay attention to here. Seeing all these left-handed bats at the top of the lineup, Gusto struggles with lefties as well. My overall breakdown, he's going to go his regular 3 innings to open up this game, and then I can see him giving up a run or two. Well, he's only going to go one time through the lineup. After that, we get to the Marlins bullpen. The Marlins bullpen's been terrible. In the last 30 games played, they have a bullpen ERA sitting at 5.75. Not to mention, this team was sellers yesterday. They traded Liam Hicks, so I don't think this team got winning on their mind right now. I see the Braves offense being able to put up a bunch of runs on this Marlins pitching staff here today. On the other side, we got Grant Holmes on the mound. This guy's been mediocre this season. Comes into it with a decent ERA 3.88, but the whip is up at 140. Does have a bit of a walk problem. Walks a bunch of batters, averages 3.8 walks per 9 innings coming into it. This is a guy that usually only pitches 6 innings, mind you. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Marlins lineup loaded with left-handed bats. This team offensively versus right-handed pitching in the last 30 games played has been towards closer to top 10. They've been hitting the ball very well versus righties. Looking at the overall matchup breakdown for Holmes here today, I'm projecting him to have his regular start, go 6 innings, give up 2 runs before we get to the Braves bullpen. Still one of the better bullpens in the majors. They're rested coming into it. I like the arms for the Braves to come in this game and shut down these Marlins bats. This game is going to be down in Atlanta. It's going to be a bit more on the pitching friendly side for the weather. It's going to have a 3 to 4 mile per hour winds of gust of wind blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Really not going to affect anything. Let's get to the picks. The Braves are the betting odds favorites in this game, and I like them on a run line. The game total set at 9. I do like the over 9 total runs in this game. For the player prop, I'm taking Drake Baldwin of the Braves to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Twins in Kansas City taking on the Royals. We got Joe Ryan on the mound for the Twins. We got Randy Dobnak on the mound for the Royals. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Joe Ryan on the mound for the Twins. Very good starting pitcher, but in his last few starts, he's been getting rocked. In his last 2 outings, he's pitched 8 innings, giving up 12 runs. One of the games was against this Royals team. In that game against the Royals, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, gave up 8 hits, only struck out 4 batters, walked 4 batters as well. Here today in Kansas City, seeing the Royals once again, I'm not expecting the Royals to tee off of him. The Royals in all offensive categories is a bottom 10 offense. I'm expecting Joe Ryan to come out here and deal. Not to mention they're a top 10 team when it comes to striking out the Kansas City Royals offense. Joe Ryan is at his best when he's able to work the Ks. I'm projecting Ryan to come out here today, have a really solid start. Go 6 innings, give up a run or 2 before we get to the Twins bullpen. They went out, add a bunch of good arms to the bullpen. This is a team that's trying to compete. I like the arms coming out the bullpen for the Twins here today to come in this game and shut down these Royals bats. On the other side, we got Randy Dobnak on the mound for the Kansas City Royals. Ever since they put him as a starter, he's made 2 starts. He's looked really good in that time. He's pitched 12 scoreless innings up to this point, including seeing this Minnesota Twins lineup that he shut out here today. In Kansas City, a very offensive-friendly environment. I can see Dobnak struggling a bit. For one, this Minnesota Twins offense doesn't worry me, especially when there's no Byron Buxton in the lineup. But when I do look at the matchup breakdown, there is a few guys like Brooks Lee, Cody Clemens that do match up well against Dobnak. I can see him going 6 innings here today, giving up a run, if not 2, before we get to the back end of this Royals bullpen. Still one of the worst bullpens in the majors. I see them coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. Looking at the weather, very offensive friendly, over 90 degrees. Ballpark Pal has this game rated with a plus 18 home run percentage. Let's get to the picks. The Twins are the betting odds favorites in this game, and I like them on the money line. The game total set at 9.5. I do like the under 9.5 total runs in this one. I got no player prop in this game. I was leaning towards Joe Ryan's strikeout prop, but overall just couldn't pull the trigger on it with how bad he's been looking. Overall, no player prop in this game. Next game up, we got the Pirates in Milwaukee taking on the Brewers. We got Jarrett Jones on the mound for the Pirates. We got Logan Henderson on the mound for the Brewers. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Jarrett Jones on the mound for the Pirates. This guy's been really impressive up to this point. Throws a really good fastball. It's sitting around 9,900 miles per hour. We're seeing the potential with him. In his last 6 starts, he has an ERA sitting at 2.75, whip sitting at 0.20. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Milwaukee Brewers lineup loaded with left-handed bats. Jarrett Jones has decent splits versus lefties. He's at his best when he's able to work the Ks. He has a decent strikeout to walk ratio. One thing I like about Jared Jones in this game here today, he's going to be in Milwaukee in the Dome. Jared Jones is a guy that relies on a lot of pop fly out, so the weather usually plays a factor in his starts in the Dome here today, not affecting anything. I can see Jared Jones having a really solid start, going about 6 to 7 innings. The Pirates are going to want him to go as deep as possible. Bullpen slightly taxed coming into it, but I could see him going about 6 to 7 innings, giving up 2 runs before we get to the Pirates bullpen. They did go out and trade for a few good bullpen arms. They got Luke Weaver from the Mets, really good pitcher at the back end of this Pirates bullpen. I still see the arms that's going to be available for the Pirates here today coming in this game, giving up another 2 runs. On the other side, we got Logan Henderson on the mound for the Brewers. The young right-handed pitchers look really impressive up to this point. Has a 2.50 ERA in his last 10 starts. Whip sitting at 1.20. Hard hit rate sitting at 33% here today. He's going to be seeing a Pirates lineup loaded with left-handed bats. Still no Ryan O'Hearn in the lineup. He got injured a few days ago, but they still loaded with some good lefties at the top half of this lineup. Logan Henderson does struggle a bit with lefties. I can see him getting hit up in this game. My overall breakdown for Henderson, he goes 6 innings, gives up 3 runs. Before we get to the Brewers bullpen, they're in a really good spot. They're a good bullpen overall. I like the arms available for the Brewers coming on into this game, giving up another run, but nothing too crazy. Looking at the weather, it's going to be out in Milwaukee in the Dome. No weather to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. The Brewers are the betting odds favorites in this game, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Pittsburgh Pirates on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I'll be very cautious with this. I got this game finishing 4-3 for the Pirates. I'd lean the under, but I'll be very cautious with the game total in this one. For the player prop, I like Horowitz of the Pirates for 2 total bases today. Next game up, we got the Dodgers in Chicago taking on the Cubs. We got Skubal on the mound for the Dodgers. We got Assad on the mound for the Cubs. Alright, getting into this game here. Well, personally, as a stanky Yankee fan, man, I hated to see Skubal go to the Dodgers. I'm like, any team but the Dodgers. But once again, Yamamoto, Skubal, that is a crazy 1-2 punch. Granted, they need to fill out the rest of that rotation, but the top in the playoffs, seeing Skubal and Yamamoto back-to-back is going to be crazy. Here today, looking at the matchup for Skubal. For one, I don't like the spot for Skubal here today. It's too quick for turnaround for him. He just got traded. Sunday, he was in Los Angeles. They doing a press conference. Then he had to fly to Chicago, meet up with the team. It's a whole new catcher, whole new pitching staff he's dealing with in Chicago. I don't like the spot for him here today. Not to mention when I do the matchup breakdown for him, for one, in the last 30 games played, this Cubs lineup has really started to hit left-handed pitching. In the last 30 games played, this team is batting .240, slugging .405. Looking at the matchup breakdown for him here today, we know that sinker's really good that he throws a really good fastball. Guys like Suzuki and Bush match up very well against Skubal. I can see one of them taking him yard in this game. It's going to be really hitter-friendly weather out there at Wrigley Field. My overall breakdown for Skubal, I don't think they leave him out there too long as well. I see him going 6 innings, giving up 2 to 3 runs. Before we get to this Dodgers bullpen, in the last 30 games played, the Dodgers bullpen has been terrible. They've been trash, and since the All-Star break as well. Looking at the bullpen ERA in the last 2 weeks from this Dodgers team, they have a bullpen ERA sitting at 5.50. Looking at the overall breakdown for the bullpen here today, the arms that's going to be available, I should say, I see them coming in this game, giving up another 3 to 4 runs. On the other side, we got Javier Assad, the sinker ball pitcher, has been really, I want to say, inconsistent this season. He's been really surprising at times. Will come out, have a blow-up start, then face a really good offense the next time out and have a good start. Very inconsistent. Looking at the matchup breakdown for him here today, he's going to be seeing a Dodgers lineup. Like I said, Assad is a sinker ball pitcher. This team hits the sinker very well. Not to mention he's a righty. The whole team's loaded with left-handed bats. Top 10 team versus right-handed pitching this season. I'm expecting Assad to really struggle in this game. Go 4 to 5 innings, give up 3 to 4 runs before we get to the back end of this Cubs bullpen. I like the arms that's going to be available for the Cubs to come in this game here today. Maybe give up another run or so, but nothing too crazy. Looking at the weather, really hitter-friendly weather out there at Wrigley. Ballpark Pal has this game rated with a plus 15 home run percentage. We have close to 20 mile-per-hour winds blown from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Dodgers are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like the home dogs in this spot. Give me the Chicago Cubs on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the over 9 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Suzuki of the Cubs to hit a home run today. Next game up, we got the Rays in Colorado taking on the Rockies. We got Freddie Peralta on the mound for the Rays. We got Gabriel Hughes on the mound for the Rockies. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Freddie Peralta making his Tampa Bay Rays debut here today. He was terrible for the Mets, had an ERA sitting close to 5, hard hit rate was sitting at 44%. Here today in Coors Field, facing a Rockies lineup. At home, they're a top 10 team versus right-handed pitching, but one thing that's going to benefit Freddie Peralta, he is a fastball pitcher. You want to be a fastball pitcher in Coors Field. Throws the fastball over 56% of the time. One thing I've been paying attention to with Freddie P, last year that fastball was sitting at 98, 99. This season, the velocity's down. It's clocking out around 96 every once in a while, 97 miles per hour. I can see him coming out here today, his first start, still a learning curve. This Tampa Bay Rays lineup did go out and get Liam Hicks, the catcher from the Marlins, so you got a new catcher, new starting pitcher. It's going to be a bit of a learning curve. I can see Freddie struggling a bit in this game. I'm not expecting them to leave him out there too deep as well. My overall breakdown, I see him going 5 innings, giving up 2 to 3 runs here today. Before we get to the back end of this Rays bullpen that's in a decent spot, still going to come in. They're a mediocre bullpen overall. I still see them coming in, giving up another 2 runs, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got the young pitcher Gabriel Hughes. He had been one of the Rockies' highly touted pitching prospects in his first 4 starts. We've really seen that potential with him. Has a really good strikeout to walk ratio. Has decent splits despite being a right-handed pitcher. He has decent splits versus left-handed bats. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Tampa Bay Rays lineup. We saw them put up double-digit runs in yesterday's game. This team does have 6 lefties in the lineup that do have decent numbers versus right-handed pitching. I can see Gabriel Hughes coming out here today. Having a solid game. Going about 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. Before we get to the back end of this Rockies bullpen, they traded away some of their decent bullpen arms. Still the worst bullpen in the majors, but the few arms that were decent in the pen, they got rid of them. This Rockies bullpen for the rest of the season is going to be abysmal. I see the arms coming out this Rockies pen coming in this game, giving up another 2 to 3 runs. Looking at the weather, Ballpark Pal, of course, has this rated as the most offensive friendly game on the schedule. Over 15 mile per hour winds blown from the diamond to the outfield, plus 21 home run percentage. I don't know what's happening with me. Plus 21 home run percentage. Really offensive friendly game. Let's get to the picks. The Rays are the betting odds favorites in this game, and I like them on the money line. The game total is set at 11. I do like the over 11 total runs. I see both of the bullpens coming in this game, giving up a bunch of runs here today. I like the over 11 total. For the player prop, I'm taking Jonathan Aranda of the Rays for 2 total bases today. Next game up, we got the Padres in Arizona taking on the Diamondbacks. We got Vasquez on the mound for the Padres. We got Rodriguez on the mound for the D-backs. Alright, getting into this one here, we got Randy Vasquez on the mound for the Padres. Last season for San Diego, he was one of their most reliable starting pitchers. Didn't really struggle with either side of the plate. This season, we've seen some big regression from Randy Vasquez. He's really struggling with left-handed bats this year. Looking at the matchup breakdown for him here today, he's going to be seeing Arizona Diamondbacks lineup. They continue to be very mediocre versus right-handed pitching. Only projected to have 5 lefties in the lineup here today. Randy Vasquez in Arizona pitching in that dome down in AZ has very good career numbers, not to mention when I do the matchup breakdown and the pitch mix breakdown for Randy Vasquez versus this lineup here today. He matches up very well against them. I could see Randy Vasquez coming out, having a quality start, going 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. You still got Corbin Carroll and Perdomo that's been crushing the ball of late, especially righties. I see Vasquez going 6, giving up 2 runs. Before we get to the Padres bullpen, they're in a decent spot coming into this game here today. I like the arms that's going to be available for the Padres to come in this game and shut down this Diamondbacks lineup. On the other side, we got Rodriguez on the mound. This guy, he's been very good for Arizona this season, but when you look at the underlying numbers, he has a whip sitting at 150. He walks a bunch of batters, gives up a bunch of solid contact. He's been a bit fortunate. He'll load the bases a lot of times and just get a double play. He is a sinker ball pitcher, so he still has a very good ground ball rate overall, but he's been getting very lucky, I should say. That's been a big takeaway. He's been getting out of a lot of tough situations here today. He's going to be seeing a Padres lineup. On the year, they're a bottom 10 team versus left-handed pitching, but in the last 30 games played, we really start to see them come around offensively versus lefties. Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis, all match up very well against him. My overall breakdown for Rodriguez here today, I can see him struggling. Going 6 innings, giving up 3 runs. Before we get to the Diamondbacks bullpen, that's slightly taxed coming into it. They're a very mediocre bullpen overall as well. I see the arms coming out the AZ bullpen coming in this game, giving up another run or 2. This game is going to be out in Arizona in the dome, so no weather to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. The Diamondbacks are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the San Diego Padres on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the under 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Manny Machado for 2 total bases today. Alright, final game of the day. We got the Tigers in Seattle taking on the Mariners. We got Troy Melton on the mound for the Tigers. We got Emerson Hancock on the mound for the Mariners. Alright, getting into this game here, we got Troy Melton on the mound for the Tigers. Detroit traded away Skubal and Casey Mize, making way for Troy Melton to become the ace for this team next season. And there's good reason for it. This guy's been elite up to this point. In his last 5 starts, he has an ERA sitting at 150, whip sitting at 0.97, hard hit rate down to 26% overall. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Mariners lineup. We've seen the offense in the last week come alive, but still overall, it's been a terrible offensive season for this Mariners lineup. I can see Troy Melton, who is a guy that works the K's, coming out here today, having a really good game. This Mariners' biggest weakness is the strikeouts. When they see a pitcher that has really good strikeout stuff, they struggle because they strike out so much. I see Melton coming out here today, working the K's, having a really solid outing, going 6 innings, giving up a run. Before we get to the Tigers bullpen, they're in a decent spot. I could still see the arms coming in this game, giving up another run or so, but nothing too crazy. On the other side, we got Emerson Hancock. I don't know what's happened to Hancock this season. He's not looked the same, but he's looked much better in his last few starts, in his last 2 outings. ERA's back down to 350. Whip is still up above 125. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Tigers lineup loaded with left-handed bats. Not to mention, this Tigers team in the last 30 games played has been a top 10 team versus right-handed pitching. Looking at the overall matchup breakdown and the pitch mix breakdown for Emerson Hancock versus this lineup, I could see him struggling a bit, going about 5 innings, giving up 3 runs. Like I said, the whole top of the half of this Tigers lineup matches up very well against them. They all been hitting righties very well of late. Like I said, Hancock goes 5 innings, gives up 3 runs. I do see the Mariners bullpen arms coming in this game, shutting down these Tigers bats. They're continuing to be a very good bullpen overall. Looking at the weather in this game, Ballpark Pal has this game rated as the lowest offensive game on the schedule, -5 home run percentage, 4 to 5 mile-per-hour winds blown from the outfield into the diamond. Let's get to the picks. The Mariners are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Detroit Tigers on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the under 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Riley Green of the Tigers for 2 total bases today. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. Saturday, our ladder play did come through for us to pay out $44.07. So today we'll be wagering that $44.07 on the Philadelphia Phillies on the run line. We're getting them at -118. This is our ladder play of the day. Next up, we have a 3-leg home run parlay we're playing here today. We're going to start it off with Sal Stewart of the Cincinnati Reds. We're then going to play Kyle Schwarber of the Philadelphia Phillies. And we wrap up the parlay with Drake Baldwin of the Atlanta Braves, a 3-leg $10 home run parlay. Next up, we have a 3-leg parlay we're playing here today, all money line picks. We're going to start it off with the Cincinnati Reds on the money line. We're then going to play the Cleveland Guardians on the money line. And we wrap up the parlay with the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line. And our final bet of the day will be another 3-leg parlay. This time we're going to start it off with the New York Yankees on the money line. We're then going to play the Atlanta Braves on the run line. And we wrap up the parlay with that Tigers Mariners game total to go under 8.5 total runs. Once again, guys, before we get up out of here, I just want to send my salutes out to you all. It's Tuesday. You guys know what we do on Tuesdays. Let's keep that trend going. You guys know I appreciate you all. I respect you all. Hope we all win some money here today. And I'm going to catch you on the next one.